Hey everyone, I'm Lasya. Good evening. I'm the lead for Developer Student Clubs, Andhra University College of Engineering. So glad to meet all of you in this virtual space, and it's been so long that all of us have been at homes and have been working from home. So I'm so proud and so happy to bring Android Study Jams session and program to our college. And it gives me immense pleasure to introduce this program. This is for beginners because we have tracks which are curated by Google itself and to help students learn Android development using Kotlin language. And it'll help students learn app development in an easier way. So if you're a beginner and if you're interested to learn app development, because it is a much needed skill, uh, whatever skill set you gain in the future, app development is something that you will really require. So take this opportunity to start and learn uh, Android app development using Kotlin language. So we have already posted so many videos, introduction videos that will help you get started with the tracks and the curriculum and all of that. So I'm very happy to bring this session to you. I would once again want to mention our team, which is the app development team behind this session. The app dev Dheeraj and Adarsh, Rohit, and Karun, all of these people have been working day and night to bring this session to you guys and to make this Android study jams a huge success. So kindly make use of this opportunity. And I would like to thank Wali ma'am. She has been of immense support as usual, and she has been there ever since the beginning. So to support us with this initiative. So make the most out of it, and I'll quickly elaborate what we're going to do in the session. So we have with us today Karun Karthik, who's the Android Study Jams facilitator for DSC AUCE today to get you started with this session. He'll be taking the session on classes and objects in Kotlin and creating, and he'll also let you know, and he'll take a hands-on session on how to create a dice roller app, which is a basic app that will help you get started with Kotlin in general. He will be talking about other basics of Kotlin language as well. So I won't take much of his time here. So I will quickly like to invite Karun Karthik to get along with the session. Happy coding.
Hello everyone, I'm Karun Karthik. Welcome to Android Study Jams. I'm the campus facilitator for this program. So basically Android Study Jams is a group. Yeah, sorry. So basically Android Study Jams are community organized study groups that app development enthusiasts meet to build Android applications using a curriculum designed by Google. So here basically we have covered in two tracks. One for people who are not equipped with programming, and so basically they are new to programming languages, and the other is people who have prior experience in programming. So the first track it consists of two units, and the first unit consists of four modules in altogether, and the second one will be having further two units more. So completing the first track alone uh, will let you have. Sorry. Yeah. So completing the first track alone will end up resulting in some. Yeah, guys, sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, I'm audible right now. Yeah, so on completing the first track itself, we'll be having some six applications ready with us. So without much further ado, let's get started. This is the session one of the new to programming track. So in this track, this is basically for people who are not fairly experienced to programming, and so basically they are new to programming. And so to make things comfortable for them, we'll be starting everything from scratch. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically a beginner session, and if you have prior programming experience, then this would be a quick recap for you guys. So that yeah. So I want all of you to take a minute and pick a piece of paper and then write your answers to the three following questions. The first one says, why are you here? So basically, uh, why you took part in this program? So is it because of your interest to develop Android applications using Kotlin, or just to give it a try, or just as a hobby, or just to receive the certificate of completion? Like everything has a purpose. So what's your purpose of coming here? So that's your first question. And the second thing is basically what's your goal? Like uh, it might be you developing Android applications as a freelancer to earn few money, or it may be like as I said it earlier, it may be your hobby which got you here. Yeah, and the third thing is how you plan to achieve them. Like if you want to learn the whole thing, like, or the whole unit in a single day, or if you want to just divide them on a scheduled manner or something. So take your time, write them on a piece of paper, and then let me know. I'll be waiting for a minute. Yeah, I guess you guys are done. So who would like to share them? You can just post them in the comment box below. I'll be waiting for a minute for that. Yeah, okay. Keep them posted in the comment box. I'll check them later. Yeah, and I encourage all of you guys to have that video till the end so that it just puts you motivated throughout the session. Okay. Now moving ahead, we'll be discussing the learning objectives. So the learning objectives are the things which you'll be learning throughout this session or the course that is the Android Study Jam. So basically, let's start up what you'll be learning as a part of the new to programming class. So it's basically you'll be building your first Android application, and then to do that you'll be needing a software which is called as Android Studio on your computer installed. And after that, you'll be like to use the software, you'll be knowing like how to go through the stuff, how to create a project, and how to run and execute the code. And the code which should be written is basically a piece of Kotlin code. So you should be familiar with the basics of Kotlin programming language. And after that, to further expand our horizon or something, you just need to like you need to be well equipped with the day-to-day practices which you are doing, like following a Android developer blog or something, and just explore all the additional possible resources to continue your learning. So today's schedule, it will be the presentation which we are taking right now, and more about the learning platform. This covers how to use the yeah, this covers how to use the website through which the course is being conducted. And a quick recap: like as of now, we have completed pathways 1, 2, and 3 of Unit 1, which belongs to track 1. So we'll be looking at what are the concepts that are covered in that. And next, we'll be dealing with the pathway 4, which is building an interactive dice lab, and which is followed by question and answer session and a quick wrap up. So yeah, to access the course, you'll need to go to g.co/android/studygen, and there you'll be given the choice for either track 1, which is the new to programming track, or track 2, that is track with prior programming experience. And you can select your track, but right now we are dealing with the track 1, that is new to programming track. Yeah, so this is how the unit 1 of track 1 looks like. Here we have total of 4 modules. And the first module which deals with the introduction to Kotlin, and the second one which is basically creating your first Android app using Android Studios, and the third which is building a layout. Okay, this is actually a birthday card application which has a sender and a to identity, which has a background image of a cake. Okay, so basically that's it. And in the fourth one, which we'll be creating today, it's an interactive roller dice app. It has a button, and whenever you press that button, one random number out of the 6 dice, I mean 6 possible combinations which can come out of a dice, will appear on the screen. Okay, and the thing to be noted is that for the first 3 modules, we have already covered tutorials, and there are just the links are in the description box below. So kindly check that out after this session. Okay. Yeah, so those who are new to this thing, you guys might be wondering what a pathway is actually. So a pathway is generally it's an ordered sequence. It consists of either articles or it contains either articles or code labs where you guys get to do the hands-on sessions with the code, and then it may end in a quiz or an article. Yeah, so you can see that there are at least 4 activities in the first pathway. All these activities, they are all these activities they are designed such that by the end of each activity, you will be proficient in a particular concept. Okay. So before going to the next activity, you should be completing the previous activity. Like it's a chaining sequence. So to know the concept of a particular activity, you should be proficient in the previous activity. And after the completion of every activity, a quiz will be followed. Okay? So the next thing is a quiz. There's a quiz at the end of each session of the pathway, of the pathway to check the level of your understanding in that particular pathway. Okay. And the other thing to be noted is that there's no limit to the number of times you can attempt this quiz. So basically, if there are 8 questions, you need to at least attempt 6 of them so that you'll be qualified to the next pathway. And again, but if a question goes wrong, try to understand the concept, like why did it go wrong, and then don't mind to go back to the source materials, go through them, redo the entire pathway, and then come and attempt the quiz again. And after completing the particular quiz, you will be getting the badges which is assigned to the particular quiz. Yeah, and these badges can be showcased on your developer's profile. So when you're taking the course, make sure that you're signed in into the course page, okay? So that basically appears on the top right of the webpage. That is the g.co slash Android slash study plan. And if you haven't created it already, make sure that you create one. It's very easy to create and it is quick too. And after you complete your badges, you can fabric them on your developer's profile. So now let's look at what I have already covered in the previous session. So in this course, you'll be dealing with a programming language that's called as Kotlin. So before we discuss much about it, which language do you guys think is better to code Android applications, whether it's Kotlin or Java? Let me know by commenting in the comment section. We'll get back to that later. So on continuing, Kotlin is a programming language that is used to build Android applications. Okay? And Kotlin is modern and popular programming language, which is known for its precise and faster running code, okay, compared to the Java, in which we need to write some excess code to handle the errors. And also the other thing is that as a result of many great features, Kotlin quickly gained momentum. And from 2017, it was recognized by Google as a programming language that is used to develop Android applications. So the other thing is that it is reportedly one of the fastest growing languages according to GitHub, and it is ranked as the fourth favorite language for developers, which is based on the result conducted by which is based on the result conducted by Stack Overflow. The pathway of the code, track one is focused on how you like basically get yourself comfortable with Kotlin programming language and how you can like all the basic syntaxes it covers and all. And we have already dropped the video link of it in our description box. And avoid uh, avoid much disturbance for you guys, there's a Kotlin playground. Okay, so instead of installing anything in your computer, you can just go through the browser and follow the syntax of Kotlin, and you can code your own coding. And the second pathway, it teaches you how to deal with Android Studio installation, and if you run into any errors, how to handle them, how to install packages, and it also explains you all the functions that are being extended by the Android Studio application. And the next thing is the pathway 3. And sorry, before pathway, we even have the Android emulator, and the Android emulator is basically an emulator which emulates the Android device on your computer. So uh, if your computer does have high-end specifications, instead of using a physical device, you can just run the Android application on your emulator to test it if it's working properly or not. And the part 3 it deals with the user interfaces. The user interface is the part of the program or the application with which the user interacts. The user interface is also known as UI. And the user interface is basically contains activities, and activity is further can be said as a collection of views. So the views which are grouped into layouts. So here we can see that there's an entire layout spreading out. It stretches along the screen, and the layout which wraps up around the views. So here there are the different types of views, which is the text view, image view, and button. The text view is used to just display the text on the screen, and the image view it displays the images on the screen, and the button view it triggers a particular function or a response from the system when it's tapped on the screen. So just to remind you guys again, these are the three paths on which we have already covered tutorials in the description. The links are given in the description box. And now we'll be moving forward. So now let's look at the fourth module of Unit 1, Track 1. It's build an interactive DSO lab. So the prerequisites are you should be completing pathways 1 to 3 in the Unit 1 of Android Basics in Kotlin course. And don't worry guys, if you didn't complete them yet, I'll be making it very easy for you guys to complete this session right now. And computers and headphones are required for you guys to take this online course, and a good bandwidth and then internet connection with a good bandwidth is also advisable. And further, an Android device and USB cable is also recommended if you guys don't have a high-end specified laptop or something, so that you can just test the device on your test the application on your physical device. So on completing this particular module, you will be receiving a badge of this kind, which you can add to your developer's profile. So basically, we'll be discussing the four concepts in this module. So there goes an activity. An activity provides the window in which the application draws its UI or user interface. So basically, what are the contents that are going to be displayed on the screen of the user? They should be contained within the activity. And the activity may contain, as we discussed, views, which may either be distinguished as a text view, button view, or an image view. And to program in Kotlin, you need to know a little of the Kotlin basics, and here we come up with classes and objects. So basically, a class is like a blueprint which contains all the instructions for how to create the app. And an object is an instance which is in practice. Okay, so an object is an actual dice that is created from a blueprint. So to make this more clear to you guys, consider the blueprint of a house. Okay, so before the house is built, we guys draw a blueprint for it. Like it says what's the size of a particular room or how many rooms it should be having or things like that. And the object that is the house which is actually being built is based on the blueprint which is being designed by a class. So here we can see that there is a dice class, and following the dice class we have an object instance, and actually we have three of them. Okay, and these three based on the single dice class, single dice class which provides the blueprint. So let's get started, guys. You can start this module at g.co/android/study then. Yeah, right. So you can directly navigate to c.co/standard/design. Yeah, and here you can see that we have two tracks. Okay, this is native programming track, and this is the track is prior programming experience. And in the prior programming experiences, here we have a Kotlin branch where you can be familiarized with the Kotlin like object-oriented programming concepts and functions in the Kotlin language, and then you can continue the course. So now let's look at native programming track. Yeah, so here we can see that we have two units, unit 1 and unit 2. And out of this unit 1, we have completed 3 of the pathways already, and now we'll be doing the fourth one. Let's click on it. Yeah, now we'll be doing this one. And another thing I want to mention is that this website, which we are on currently, it's in the beta production, so there are minor bug fixes that should be done. Like I've completed all the modules and tracks, including the quizzes, but even it will be showing this 20%, 80%, 50%, and 60%. So you don't bother much about them, okay? Once you get the badge, it means that you're on the particular path completion. Just click on this module. Okay, so in that module we have a total of five activities. So the first activity is classes and object instances in Kotlin. So click on take the code line. Okay. So this is how our final application looks like. This is called the dice roller up. So every time you press the roll button here, and new number on the die will be appearing. Just click on it. Yeah. So in this particular thing, we'll be looking at how to create a basic function. Okay, like using this random function, will be like this is the main body or functionality of our diagram. So let's just go to this list here, and it says delete all existing code in the code editor, and replace the code it with the code begin. So this is just a main function without any thing in the code. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. And then what this does is val means a variable, and dice refers to the variable name which we are doing, and this dice can take any value that is between 1 to 6. Okay, in the range of 1 to 6, both 1 and 6 included. And the next thing is okay, it says inside the main function and define a variable value which is called as random number, and make random number the value of result calling random in the dice. Yeah, so let's see. That dice is equal to 1 to 6, and then that random number is equal to dice range random. So now, hey, to see your random number to see your randomly generated number, use string formatting notation, also called as string template, to print it as well. So what this basically does is that whenever we are required to like declare the value of a variable in a string, so this dollar symbol and that empty bracket, they act as a placeholder for the variable random number. So let's copy this. Okay. So to run the program, you need to click this green triangular run button. So see, here we got a random number is equal to 4. So every time you click this number, you will be getting a new random number. 5, 3. Yeah, it goes on that. So please run your code several times. Each time it will see an output as 0 with different random numbers. So let's click on it. And here it says create a dice class. So what a dice class is basically is that it contains both uh, functions and data members in it, which are packed together. Okay. So let's check that out. Okay, so here outside the main function, you are asked to create a class dice, and then in the dice we will add a variable size which is equal to 6. And then here we created an object which follows the blueprint of the class dice, and then he's printing the number of sides in the dice using this object and the properties as that is the dice size. And the size property we included it here. Okay, this one. So both are the same thing. So we comment it on. Let's create a dice. Okay. Dice. And then size is equal to 6. Then here we have then we'll print the number of sides in this first dice. So here we got the output 6. So this means that we access this variable by creating an object of this class dice. And to print that, we just did my first dice dot size. So now we'll be looking at how to replicate the same functionality using the role function. So what we basically is we have a class size and the where size is equivalent to 6, and then we create a function which is named as role, and then we have an empty function here. So while random number is equal to 1 to 6, so this thing will return a random number between the range of 1 to 6. Okay? Yeah. Let's just go here. Create a function role, and then this. So this will be printing the number of sides and a random number. Uh, the random number lies in the range of 1 to 6. Okay? So it's just basically. So it will be 6 and 1. Okay, that's one. 6 and 2. 6 and 4. So the first thing this denotes the number of sides in the dice, and this one gives the value of the base of the dice. That is any number between 1 to 6. Yeah, this is the completed code. Okay? Now let's just see that. And now we'll be returning our dice rolls value. Uh, the returning comes from a function like here the value is just getting printed here. Okay, so instead of printing it inside the body of the function, sometimes we need to work with the value which are obtained from the function. So it's better if we return the value from the function. Okay, so returning just type the data type of the function of the return value, and then we return value. So what we have done now is that we converted that function call. We have converted that into a function call instead of printing statement. So the same functionality is being carried out here. The first tick is sorry. The first tick it denotes the number of bytes, and the next one it gives the random value. Yeah, this is one side. Yeah, so basically this thing tells us that not every time we'll be having 6 sites in our dice, right? So if we try changing the number of sites in our dice, and we'll try to extend the functionality of that which we are facing. So let's just change here, dice, and this is site. And then we'll try to this. So what this means is that the person that is the number of sites before changing our sites to a 20 sites size, and then the number of sites in the die are changed to 20, and then we are getting a random value from the range of 1 to 20, because this 20 value will be given to this site. So this site is now 20, it's not 6. So here we'll be getting 1 to 20 range. So this try running it again. Yeah, now it's 18. So in case you run into any issues, you can just simply use this code here. Even that gives the same output, except for the printout statement. Printout statement. So see your six-sided dice roll 3 and your 20-sided dice roll 11. That's it. Yeah. And the next one is that, so instead of providing values this way, like changing it outside the class, we'll try giving the number of dice when we instantize. That is, create an object of the class. Okay? So what we'll be doing is we are creating a variable num size, which takes the value of integer, and then we'll be deleting the size variable and use the num size instead. So let's just copy this one. Okay. And here we'll pass in the value is 20. Okay, we'll try running it now. Okay, that is should be num size. Yeah, the name of the variable is integer. Yeah, so here you go. Your 6-sided dice roll 6 and your 20-sided dice roll 10. So now let's try doing a size of 10, okay? So it will be a 10-sided dice roll 2. So this is the basic thing, like this is the learning objective of our first activity in this module, okay? So then we'll be having this adopt good coding practices, like instead of giving two variables here, okay? We'll try just removing this random number variable and those stuff. Let's just look into them. That's the solution code. You can just run it. So we have completed our first activity here, And now we'll create an interactive dice roller app, okay? This is called Get the Code Lab. And here create an empty activity project, and the specifications are your name should be dice roller, and then locations it can be according to your wish, and language is Kotlin, and minimum SDK is API level 19. And then we click on finish, this will be the basic way, okay? Let's click on it. Then the project window, click on it. So for what this does is that it basically asks us to just create the layout according to our wish on the activity window. Okay? So we'll be doing this really quick. Here we'll change the button text to role. Okay. Then we'll change the string to instead of doing it instead of letting it be a hard coded string, we use it as a variable. And then okay, we style the text to 3660. That belongs to the text view. Yeah, okay. So let's do that. I've already created the Diceroller basic app. Like I created the project. Okay. Like the Android studio, sometimes it takes a really long time to get things set up. So here we are with the hello again. So let's just click on this one. Here all of them are constrained already. So just import this button here, drag and drop. Okay. These are all constrained. So what this basically does is that it allows the element to be in position with respect to the top and bottom specifications which we are mentioning. Okay. And then the other thing is that we can be changing the text of the button to heavy. So let's do that. Yeah, here we have the text image. Let's change it to auto easy. And what are the other things? Okay, we'll just style the text view. Just to click on the text view, that's the hello world. And then uh, yeah, scroll to the find the yeah, this is the text file which we will be changing it to specific text. Yeah, so here instead of letting it be a hard coded value, we change it into a variable. Yeah. So the volume is volume. Yeah. So the difference between this text and this text is that this text box is hard coded, okay? But this is only visible for the developers. Like when we are developing, for us to have an idea like what screen says there, we'll be using this. Okay, so let me just quickly connect it to my mobile. Yeah, so you can select your target device here. I'm connecting my mobile phone. You either use your Android virtual device if you have it. And then click on the run button. So the Gradle build is running. So what Gradle does is that it actually binds all your code into an APK file. Okay, so once it is done, your application is installed in the phone. The application install is going on. The application is so let me just share my mobile phone. So guys, this is not an emulator. This is actually the screen sharing of my phone. Okay? So I'm pressing the roll button here, and nothing is happening right now. So we'll add functionality here. Okay? So click on next. And the introduction to activities. Here we are seeing that gallery activity, viewer activity, editor activity. Okay, and then let's go to the code. And all the basic like explanation of these codes will be already covered in the previous pathways. Okay, that's the pathway 1, 2, and 3 of the unit 1. And you guys make sure that you enable the auto input. Okay, so will like this will make the coding process even smoother. You need not worry about the buttons like, or the widgets if you have imported them or not. Just click here, go to File, click on New Project Settings for New Project. Yeah, and make sure these are fit looking. Add mandate import on the fly and optimize import on the fly for the connection. Yeah, connection. So you can see that in our development thing, you can see number 1 visible here. But in my phone, that thing isn't there. So this is basically for us to have the idea like what thing takes place. So now we'll be making the button interactive. Okay. So I will just copy this and I'll explain it to you. Go to main activity. Actually, the whole functionality of the code you'll be writing in this main activity.kt. KT stands for Kotlin. That's the extension. So now if you click on this, you can see that Android.widget.bundle. So the widget, so the button is being imported from widget. Scroll. And now you can use the roller button to set an on-click listener. Okay. So let's just do this quickly. Roll button or on-click listener. So this is it. That's good. And now we'll create a source message. Okay. I'll tell you what the source is actually. Just save this. We select this and then source.show. Yeah. So let's run the application again. So it's running everything is running again. Yeah. So now let's click on the role thing. You can see that the dice is roll or dice roll thing. Dice roll followed by an exclamation. So this is actually what it source is. It just stays for a few seconds and then it gets executed. So just scroll through. Yeah. So now what we are doing is every digit to be identified in the functionality, it, it has an ID. Okay? So this ID is unique in an entire application. So what we're doing is, if you go back to activity.main, click on text view, note that ID is text view, open main.kt, delete the lines of code that create this and shows. It is keep text, and just delete this 4 times. Yeah, and then in the text, create a new variable called result text to show the text view. You can consider this being a variable and this as a data type. And use find u by id. It is the find u by id and r stands for resource. And in all the resources whose id is true, that particular element will be selected. The next thing is just set the result set view. So the text of the result text view, that is this variable, the text attribute of this variable is set to 6. Now we see. We need to just install Kotlin. Okay, now let's just click roll button. Here the 6 is being displayed. Now let's just change this to Android. Yeah, now click roll. Here we can see Android. So basically the text we have here will be displayed on the rest of the button. Okay? So let's just click then we'll follow this. Click on it. Now here comes the integration part. Okay? So what we'll be doing here is that we'll just integrate the code that you have created here. Okay? This and our application that we are currently building. This one. Okay, so this, copy this folder, this functionality. Now just take it. And then notice that you may have underlined the number size, which is very gray line. Hover your point over to the number size. It could be private. So the private, this is actually a format specified. No, it's not a format specified. It tells about the access of the particular variable. See whether it is accessible only in that particular class or it can be accessed in the classes which extend that particular class or something. Yeah, so inside the roller button, inside the roll button which you have created, we'll just change this to we'll create a function called roll dice. So when it's highlighted in this way, press alt plus enter. Okay. So here you'll be getting the prompt as create function roll dice. So click on it. Okay. Now we look at it. Because roll dice hasn't been defined yet, Android triggers action error and shows roll dice in red. Over your pointer over the roll dice, and then you can just create a function of it. That's everything. Now in this step, you make the roll dice method create and roll a dice, and then you set the text view. So what it does is, it asking us to delete the to-do code, and then create a dice with its size, and then call the roll thing, the roll function, this accessing the dice object which you are creating. Then find the text view by calling find by ID. Yeah. And now the text view, we are creating another text view. Result which you get from the dice roll, right? So this variable, this is an integer value. So in order to display it as a text, you need to convert it using this toString function. You need to convert it into a string. So the entire functionality of the roller dice is this thing. Yeah. Yeah. So let's press the roll button. Here got 3 as the number. Okay, now 2, now 4. So there, so this value will lie between 1 to 6 and both 1 and 6 are integer. Okay. Now we'll use this as a hint and we'll link it to the image. Okay, we'll look into it. So click on next, and these are kind of good coding practices, like how you can make your code more concise and clear. No, no, yeah. And now we'll be looking at conditional behavior. So this activity is for you to understand the like what how the functionality of the code goes around. So see, here the num value is equal to 5. So if the num value is greater than 4, so if 5 is greater than 4 and it's a true thing, so like it becomes a boolean true, so the if block gets executed. Okay, so it is basically a conditional structure statement. And all of these concepts were previously covered in the video links in the videos whose links are given in the description video. So kindly check out that. Okay. So see here, if condition is true, then execute this. So when the code isn't like when the condition isn't true, what should we do? That thing will be going into the else part. So see here, use the else to create an alternative for the failing condition. So this means if num is equal to 3, so 3 is greater than 4, it becomes false. So this line will not be executed. Instead, this line will be executed. The variable is less than 4. So this is it. Yeah, and if you have multiple conditions, so we'll be using the else uh, block. Okay, this is the else block. So this thing is basically creating a lucky die Trojan. So what it does is explicitly will be giving a particular value as a lucky number. Okay? So when the die rolls a particular random number, and if that random number is equal to this lucky number, it will be showing that you have won the game. Else it asks us to give a try game. So let's see this game. Yeah. So see this. It will be creating a die which has a side of which has six sides, and then it will roll the die, and the roll result will be stored in this variable. Now we have explicitly set the lucky number as 4. Okay? So if roll result is equal to lucky number, we will be getting the U-win statement in there. So if the roll number isn't equal to lucky number, roll result is not equal to the lucky number, then you will be shown this statement. See, you didn't win, try again. So if you have multiple, like if you want if you want multiple statements in the printed, you have to give conditions for each case. Okay. So here, if these both are equal, you will be getting u in roll result is equal to 1. So sorry, roll a 1, try again. Sadly, roll a 2, try again, and it goes on like that. So let's just click on it. So to make our code more like robust and readable, instead of going through a long series of research statements, we'll be using a when statement. If you have prior programming experience, this when statement is similar to the switch case if you have heard in many programming languages. So see what it says is that it has to be registered. Okay, first the dice is being initialized is being created with the type is, and then roll result is equal to my dice dot roll, and then the lucky number is being set to 4. Okay, so when roll result is equivalent to lucky number, then you'll print this statement, that is you win. So similarly, on extending it to several cases, you can say that when roll number is equal to lucky number, print you1. When roll number is equal to 1, roll result is equal to 1, print so sorry you rolled a 1 and try again. It goes on that way. So when roll result is equal to 6, apologize, you roll a 6, try again. So just click on next. Yeah, this is the code in this. You want to just click it on. So here on the first slide we've got our role result as 4. So the U1 statement is printed. You can reduce the number of cases like if you know the value of the lucky number which was set explicitly, you can remove the particular case here. Okay? Because the lucky number is in the first place here. So once this is crossed, this number 4 case will never get a chance to get executed. So now it is done. Now we click on next. This is the summary of control structures and the boolean values it can take. So see, this is the syntax, okay, for the if else and for the when. So when variable matches this value, you can execute this code. Go to next. So these are the learn more things. If you want to know more about the particular concept, like control flow in Kotlin or when structure which is existing now, which is existing in Kotlin, you can refer to these things. Click on it. Now practice on your own. These are the like, extensions to the basic program which we have created in now. So click on them. So now we'll be adding the images to the dice roller app. Okay. Click on take the code. Yeah. So this is how our app is going to look like. Instead of displaying the value of the dice roll in a text view, you can display the appropriate dice image for the number of dice that was rolled. Update the layout for the app. Open and run the dice roller app from previous folder in Access Studio. Okay, so here I will be deleting the text view and then add an image to the layout. Okay. Then we'll pick a sample image. Okay. Just for the time being, we'll other pick it. And then we will position the image and button. Okay, let's quickly do this. Click on this. Let's go to our Android Studio again. Click on activity name. The XML file here, this is where you will be like dealing with the layout and okay. Just delete button. So delete it. Click on image. Just drag and drop it here. Click on the avatar. Okay. So first we'll edit it horizontally on this code and we just so these both are fixed now. Okay. So if you move the image, the roll button will follow it. And now drag and drop the lower end of the lower constraint of the image view to the bottom of the border of the image view. So this is the basic structure. Okay. Yeah. So we are at this point right now. Click on it and download the dice image here. Add the dice image here. Go to the view, tool windows, resource manager. Click the plus button and add the resources. Go to manager. Okay. And note that the suppose if the name of the image one is dice one, you can add them as R stands for resource and the drawable in the resource and the dice one in the drawable. Let's click on this. Yeah. Just the view, tool windows. Let's make it create and resource manager. You add the plus button, import drawable, and I have them on my desktop in the folder of images. So click on OK and click on it. So all of them are selected and click on it. Yeah. Now, okay. So here the source context this tells us the source of the image view, like what the image is displaying right now. So yeah, going to check it. So this is context. Just delete all of this. Right. Okay, so now you can see that this is occupying the entire screen. Okay, so let's just click on this image and we will go now. Layout with this is 200 BT, start content is 250, which is which is 150. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so we can see that our button is little close to the image, so we'll give it a margin of 16 units. Okay, so click on the button here, scroll button, and then scroll up, and this value, this is the margin value here. It begins, okay, so there's a slight margin here. Now let's go to main activity, and here we can see that since we deleted our text view, okay, so this is highlighted as control distance to text view. So let's just remove this code. And selecting on the code to text and delete. So we have deleted this code. Still within the role list, create a new variable called type image. After type image, okay, we created type image with the type image, and the image view container can be found using the image view ID. So let's just copy this. Paste it. Okay, now as you sign up code to text, you can correctly update the image view when the button is clicked. The icon not only do, but just choose the icon to the system. Yeah. Now let's run our application again. Yeah. Now let's click the role. Here we can see that our image gets displayed here. Okay. So now let's change further extend this and change the image to the and change the image depending on the number of depending on the value of the random number which will obtain. Let's click here. Yeah, okay. So click on next. So display the correct dice image based on the dice roll. So if the user rolls the one, then display the dice image one. Yeah, this can be done in two ways, okay? Either using the if else structure or using the while statement. So let's replace the image. We have a hard coded it to dice to, okay? Dice image dot set image resource or the drawable as dice to. But now we'll just change it to this thing. So what this does is that this dice roll will contain the number, rather the random number which got on rolling the dice. And then if the dice roll is 1, then set the image of this dice, this one. If the dice roll is 2, then set the image as dice 2. It goes in that way. Okay, and this is further optimization of our code. Okay, so what is being done is that when we are considering another variable val, it contains drawable resource which is equal to when dice roll is 1, set drawable resources drawable dot dice dot one dice underscore. So and finally we are setting the variable here. Like instead of repeating this statement in this very structure, we are just replacing this one. This is the program. Okay. So terminate it. Click on number. Then click on roll. Here we see that we got third number in the line, which is got one. Liberty 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 1, 3. Yeah, so this is our app, right? That dice tool app. So now let's continue. Just click on it. You can access this entire code in our GitHub link, which is specified here. Okay, let's click on that. Yeah, in this thing, you'll be uh, fill the basics, like what are the basics which you are using now, and what applications you can be using this to this extent. So yeah, guys, you can earn your badge by taking this quiz. Okay. So this is our final application. So if you press the roll button, you'll be getting a number. Okay, you'll be getting a diamond. 1, 3, 5, 8, 2. Yeah, guys, if anyone have any queries, you can put it in our chat box. Okay. Yeah, I'll be waiting for a minute. Okay, then we'll wrap up the session. Okay, guys, so we're moving on to the next section. Yeah, so if you like creating your first Android application and you further want to like, explore all the different possibilities from where you can learn and gather resources, so next slide is really great. So the more units in the yeah, the more units in the Android basics in Kotlin course will be released. So as of now, we have got only two units in them, and you can further extend the features of your application by googling and searching for all the possible features which you can add to your existing applications and work on them. And the additional resources to check out are developers.android.com. Here are like all the certified and legit material and blogs which you can find in there. And then the link is the learn Kotlin by example, where you will be given a series of examples and you can learn to code with using them. And yeah, you can follow these blogs which is also available. Android developers Medium blog and Android developers YouTube channel. So that's it, guys. I want to thank our faculty advisor, Professor B. Vallikumari ma'am, for constantly supporting us. And thank you so much, guys, for coming and attending our event. I appreciate your keen interest in this exam session. It has taken my team and I hard to prepare for it. And you guys are simply the best. Yeah, you guys are simply the best. We'll be coming up with amazing events, opportunities, and resources. So stay tuned to our social media handles. And happy coding, guys. Thank you once again.